Welcome to the Craft of Coaching podcast, where we dive into what it truly takes to become a skilled, confident life coach. I'm your host, Kate, head of the CLCC, or Certified Life Coach Collective, an ICF-accredited Level 1 coach training program. We combine courage, coaching, and community to offer you more than just a training program, but a life-changing experience where you use your own personal transformation as the learning ground for supporting your clients. On this podcast, we explore how you can use coaching skills to support your clients or expand your own growth, all grounded in evidence-based coaching practices. Learn more about our program and get free resources for becoming a life coach at teamclcc.com. And now, here's today's episode. Hello, everyone. Today, we're going to talk about a topic that a lot of coaches really hesitate to talk about, and I can understand why. It's something that almost every coach deals with at some point, which is stepping away from your coaching business. And I'm talking about not just stepping away for a vacation or something like that. I'm talking about stepping away from your coaching business for a few months, for a few years, and now you're thinking about coming back, but the shame spiral is so loud. You're probably wondering things if you've been in this position, like, what will people think? Are they going to look at me like I couldn't hack it, I couldn't stick with it, or the reasons why I stepped away make me weak, like maybe I got burnt out? In some cases, the reasons why you stepped away might have something to do with the very things that you offer coaching support around. Like if you're a relationship coach who's going through your own divorce, maybe there's a feeling of, I'm supposed to be the relationship coach here, helping other people with their relationships, and now I'm going through a divorce. If you're a parenting coach and your child is struggling and that's why you took a step back to support them, there could be a feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm the one who's supposed to be supporting other people with their kids, and now my kid is the one who's struggling. And I will share that during the time when I took time away from my business, and I've been pretty candid on this podcast, you can find the episode in there somewhere. I'm forgetting what number it is at this point, but I had taken time away from my business. And I know that given that I personally support other coaches through the Team CLCC program, and given the fact that I talk a lot about courage in my personal coaching practice, there was a feeling of, what will people think? I'm the one talking about courage and resilience all the time, and I could not shore up enough resilience during that time that I stepped away to continue with my business. People might also feel a kind of, can I even come back? Like, will I still have a coaching business? Like, maybe everybody's that was following me is no longer interested. They're interested in something new. You might also be wondering things like, where do I even begin? Maybe the social media landscape looks really different. Definitely video is something that has taken off big time in the past few years, although I will just add that with the rise of Substack, for instance, writing is coming back as a medium, which I'm very excited about, and that's something I'm going to be stepping into more in the coming year. But nonetheless, if you have ever felt any of these things, maybe you finished coach training and you were full of excitement and gusto, and then something happened, or just life got in the way, whatever it is, I'm going to talk today about how to come back after a break. And that's without beating yourself up or hiding out or pretending it didn't happen. And in fact, we're going to unpack some of the shame stuff first, because that's where the real return begins. So let's get into why you stepped away and why that doesn't make you less than. Let's just normalize this right now. Stepping away does not mean that you failed. Lots of people in salaried jobs step away from those jobs when they go through things. Why would it be any different if you're running a business? You might have stepped back because of burnout, family obligations, health issues. Maybe something's shifted in your family and you needed to take a full-time job or a bread and butter job. And I just want to speak to that briefly, by the way. There are a lot of coaches out there, and I have disagreed with them for years about this, who kind of espouse this whole, if you don't put all your chips on the table, let go of the salaried job and go full force with your coaching business, you're essentially like manifesting failure. I call bullshit on that. I actually think that having a salaried bread and butter job, and this is something I talk about when I'm training coaches for Team CLCC, the Certified Life Coach Collective, like, no, sustainable, nervous system regulating ways to build your business are the best way to build your business. So if you keep your salaried job while you build your coaching business, that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're like not really believing in yourself. I call bullshit on that. You might have also stepped back because you just felt a sort of disillusionment with the industry. I've heard that a lot, a kind of frustration at seeing that there are coaches out there with predatory marketing practices who are getting all the clients because of their predatory marketing practices. Sometimes even hearing about those coaches that they don't really deliver quality. And it's frustrating. I mean, I get that too. I know of people who are offering, I run an accredited, ICF accredited coach training program. I see people out there who market their programs with the word accredited, and they only have continuing education credits from the ICF. Their program is not actually end-to-end accredited. And they'll charge tens of thousands of dollars for this coaching certification that essentially is going to mean nothing to people. But they have a very slick marketing machine to get people into those programs. And that frustrates me too. And sometimes I feel disillusioned with it. And I just share that because I want to let you know that I'm not sitting over here never feeling like, oh gosh, family issues, family obligations are pulling at me. Oh gosh, economic stuff is pulling at me. Oh, disillusionment with the industry. Yeah, I get it. I get it. And by the way, sometimes you just need to step back because maybe you just need a break. Maybe it's just we weren't meant as humans. Actually, let's take the maybe out of this sentence. If I ruled the world, legit, this is something I would do with the work, the world of work. I would essentially ask that everybody picks their favorite season. I'm not kidding on this. Their favorite season, like a quarter of the year. Pick your season, that's your favorite. You get to be off of work for that season. Kind of like summer break, only instead of it only happening over the summer, you get to pick your favorite season. So there are all these people in the world who love winter. I used to live in Colorado. I'm here to tell you they exist. I am not one of those people. I'm a summer person. Give me June, July, and August. The heat does not bother me. I love the sun on my shoulders. To other people, that is like their worst nightmare. They love like cold air on their face, I guess, and scraping ice off of their windshields. I don't know. A heavy sweater, which I find confining and itchy, but they love it. So my wish for the world of work would be that everyone gets basically a seasonal break. Like whatever their favorite season is, they get to be off work, and that would just be like their vacation time. That would be my wish for the world. And then they could fully enjoy whatever season they love. But the world does not work that way. So guess what? Sometimes we just need a break. And in those cases, you don't owe anyone an explanation. And the more you dwell in feeling like something was wrong with you for stepping away, the more likely you are to talk yourself out of it. And that's really wasted energy, because what actually matters is that you're thinking about coming back. And that whisper, that little thought of, I kind of want to come back. What if I could come back? I'd like to come back, but how would it look? Oh, but I kind of want to. That is a part of you that's saying, hey, this is calling to you for a reason. Coaching is not a one-shot career. It is something you can return to again and again with new perspective. And I would even argue that one of the ways you want to build your business is with the ability to step away from it. Now, certainly do not engage in a coaching contract with someone and promise them weekly sessions. And then in the middle of halfway through a 12-week session or something, just say to them, I just feel like I need to step away. Sorry. I don't think that's ethical. But at the same time, building a business where there are planned breaks for you to step away, this is the goal, right? A business, a life on your terms. So you get to step away. Now, the shame spiral is going to say, you should have kept going. You should have tried harder. You should be further along by now. You should have figured it out earlier. You should have not needed to stay away. It's a big should sandwich. So pause and breathe. You know these moments with your clients when whatever they feel like they should have done differently, you're supporting them. And you help them with that by first attending to the breath and the body. You're here now. And in this moment, it is a perfect new moment to begin again. The real work for you as a coach is to coach yourself first, to recognize that returning with honesty is far more powerful than pretending that you never left. A break doesn't make you less of a coach. It makes you more aware of your boundaries, your needs, your truth, and now you can take what you've learned and apply what you've learned moving forward. There's no mistake that you've made here because you've learned from something and now you can take it moving forward. So let's get tactical. I've got these 3 anchors that I would like to offer to you around relaunching your coaching practice. And if part of what you were burnt out on is all the marketing, and even the word launch feels like a trigger word right now, like, oh my God, launching. Oh, I get it. Okay. So let's slow down a little bit and just notice it's just a word. Words are just words. We're the ones who apply charge and meaning to them. So if you're going to restart, these are the anchors that can keep you grounded. The first one, reconnect with your why. What drew you to coaching in the first place? Was it an exploration of what it means to be human? Was it you tried coaching out in a class and like a little exercise of some kind, maybe at work if they brought someone in for a lunch and learn, or you saw a coaching session on TV or on YouTube, and something in you sparked around that connection that happens. How good it feels to support someone with an aha moment. And then reconnect to what matters to you now. So reconnect with your why, what drew you to coaching in the first place, and what really matters to you now. Maybe part of the reason that you needed to step away is you were doing too many things that were very far removed from why you were drawn to coaching in the first place. Maybe you thought you had to do those things to be successful. So the first anchor, reconnect to your why. The second anchor, simplify your re-entry. You do not need to re-enter the practice of coaching by first, I can't do it until I first develop a 10-step funnel. I got to fix my funnel. I got to fix my sales page. No, just get out there and start coaching, because that is where you get the connection from. And you can start coaching in a lot of different ways for free if that's how you're feeling. If you're feeling like I can't start coaching for pay right now because I don't have any paying clients. What do you want me to do, Kate? Well, there are ways to coach people for free. If you're an ICF credential holder, you know you need to get a certain amount of coaching hours in to renew your credentials. So find another ICF accredited coach, receive coaching with them. You could do that. You could go to your local favorite charitable organization and offer not to just coach the people that they serve. That might be one thing they have a need for, but what if you offered to coach or offer a certain number of coaching sessions to their staff? How many people work in nonprofits and they're so burned out and they don't get the support that they need? So instead of thinking about funnels and marketing and strategy for social media, first connection and coaching. Next, if you're trying to simplify your re-entry, this is the second anchor. Really think about how to post what is true and not necessarily an emotional, like TMI, everybody feels sorry for me. I'm not talking about that, but something that's authentic, something that is about letting people feel the space that you're in now and what you've learned, not necessarily an offer. So one thing that I have been doing is being very transparent about the fact that when I stepped away, I was experiencing some very extreme mental health issues that were tied to COVID, that were tied to the decline of one of my parents, that were tied to some very difficult family dynamics, and there were some relationships I needed to let go of. And I don't need to tell all the nitty-gritty of that. I don't need to get into the details of that, but those are the reasons. And it was a very challenging time. And so essentially what I'm saying is strike the heart of being honest about why you stepped away. Let people feel into the truth of what you've experienced. And it doesn't need to be about like, and I certainly did not do this, a kind of, hey, now that I've told you all that, I'm back, buy something from me. It's not about that. Please don't do that. Because then you're going to feel performative, or like you're using what you walked through to like leverage it into a marketing opportunity. But essentially this anchor is simplify your re-entry. You need connection. You need to post the truth. You don't have to tell everyone every single detail. Just talk about the experience and what you've learned. And don't even try to make it an offer yet. Third thing for these 3 anchors. So first anchor was reconnect with your why. Second anchor is simplify your re-entry. Third anchor, commit to 30 days of consistency. Because that is one thing that is, you can have a lot of different social media platforms come about, right? Like maybe TikTok has just exploded since the last time you were online, or Substack, or maybe you're realizing that the algorithms have changed and you're like, what do I do? What do I do? And just not hustle, not perfection, not figuring out a new strategic direction for an algorithm, just consistency, because that doesn't change about marketing. Consistency beats pretty much everything else for marketing strategy. So make whatever your consistency is. It could be one small post each day. It could be one reach out each day. It could be one reconnection with somebody in your peer coaching world, like not to get coaching sessions or coaching business from each other, but just they were a coach you liked and were connected to. That's it. Just 30 days of being consistent and letting that be. That's how you build momentum. Not by waiting to feel ready, but by literally re-entering in ways that are authentic and healthy for you. And now let me get into this fear of judgment that people have, because this one's big. One of the big fears that you might have is that people will notice that you were gone. And here's the thing. First, most people were probably not tracking you like that. And second, the ones who were, they should relate. Like if you actually want these to be people, colleagues or followers, like if these are people you want in their orbit and you had to step away, say for a family obligation, and you come back and you say that, the people who react to that, like, what's wrong with you? You don't want them. You don't want them as your peer colleagues. You don't want them as your clients. The people you want are the people who can relate, the people who go, yeah, oh gosh, that sounds really hard. I haven't been through it, but I can understand how much pressure that might have been, or I have been through it and I know how hard it is to walk through that. Also, people love a comeback story, especially one that's honest. So try actually owning the fact of who you really are, which is after a break from coaching, I'm returning with more clarity and more capacity than ever. Define your experience that way. That's your re-entry script. So the fear of judgment, I get why it comes up, and it's your choice to let it go and decide that the people who you want in your orbit are going to be the people who will get it. In fact, your audience needs the version of you that's been through something. You're not the same person you were before you took a break. You've lived more life. You've faced more things. You've gained wisdom that no training could have given you. And that's who your clients really want to work with. Not the perfectly polished coach who's never stepped away, never had an issue, and, the one who came back with depth. So bring that with you. You don't need to hide the gap. You need to honor the gap. A couple of things I would personally say not to do, and I kind of spoke to these things a moment ago when I talked about the anchor points. Don't over-explain or apologize. You don't need to over-explain and tell everyone everything. You don't need to hold an energy of like, oh my God, I owe everybody. I'm so sorry. No, Stand up, shoulders squared. You walked through something, babe. And now you're coming back and it's fine. Next thing, don't set massive, unsustainable goals right away. Like I said, as an anchor, come back for the connection. Come back for your why, not mapping out a 10-step sales funnel. And third, don't try to make up for lost time. Sometimes when people come back, they're like, you know what, I need to push really hard. I've lost time. I'm behind. No, this is a re-entry, not crawling on your knees for redemption here. The energy you walk with here is not, hey, everybody, I've had some setbacks. It is, hey, everybody, get ready for the comeback. And this is something I've said about my own re-entry, which is the setbacks do not define me. The comeback is what defines me. Getting back up is what defines me. So you can always come back, no matter how long it's been, no matter how far away you feel from your coaching identity, no matter how messy the middle has been, you can start again. And you can bring your truth and your heart, and you can stay grounded, and you can bring everything that you've learned from this process. You're not too late. You haven't missed the boat. You are right on time. And the things that you're walking through in your life, they have only served to be part of your life experience, which you can now take to the work of supporting others. And that is really powerful. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Before you go, would you help us out and take a moment to give us a rating in iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you're listening? It really helps us get the word out to other listeners. And before you go today, would you like free resources to support your coaching journey? Whether you're considering becoming a coach or you want advanced coach skills training, access our coaching resource library at teamclcc.com. Again, that's teamclcc.com. Can't wait to connect with you. And again, thanks for listening.